He started the shop in 1945. It was hard to make a living in the flower business, but things worked out for him. After so many years, people got to know them and their product started being successful. And I never planned to be a florist. I had a government job making pretty good money, more money than he could pay me, right, my dad. And I had a family at that time. I mean, I had children, and so I needed more money. Eventually, things picked up, and in 1968, right after the riots, I decided to go into the flower business full time with my mom and dad. That was a terrible day, 1968, when the riots took place. I remember it vividly. My dad had gone to Boston because his brother's funeral was taking place. And so I had to go up there with my mom, who was there by herself at the time. So I had to stay with her overnight, because we knew that if we weren't in the shop, anything could have happened. They could have busted through the windows and stolen a lot of our equipment and all that good stuff. And somebody came down the street and said, you ought to put a sign in the window saying black owned. And so we did that, and we feel like that had a lot to do with us not getting burned down, because most of everything else was burned up. One thing about putting out a good product, people don't forget you. We were able to sustain ourselves because our customer base was so strong. And people always love to have flowers. People talk about sweat and tears and everything, but we really do it. They can tell you.
Sweat equity.
We all have come through the shop since I think the age is 12. Yeah, that's the magic age. I say it's like a rites of passage in our family to work at the flower shop. When I was trying to figure out what to major in, I said I'll major in business so that I can know the business side of the business, since my grandmother had already kind of taught me the design side.
Please, florist, good afternoon.
I went to work for corporate America for like 15 years. But then I realized that corporate America, although I did learn a lot of good skills, I felt like I wanted a career change. I wanted to go back and work with my family.
All right.
There have been times when I told my dad, I don't want to work at the family business. It's too much. It's too hard. And he's like, you can't go anywhere now. This is your business. It's very rewarding seeing how much of a legacy we're creating for even our children. I feel like I made the best decision.
They got the business, they got children, they're going to take over the business, and good Lord willing, the business will be there another 150 years.
I said, I'm old school like my grandfather, and that's when I thought I'm getting like him.
You mean standing around not doing anything?
Not doing anything.
You gotta.
Not standing around not doing anything. I'm really proud of the legacy that my grandparents left, and I think about them whenever we make decisions. We think, what would they do? What would they be proud of this? And so we make decisions based on that.
The mural came about because we were getting a lot of graffiti artists. We have an alley wall, and people kept marking our walls up, and it just looked kind of blighted and just didn't look nice. So we were like, what can we do? And realized that the city offered the mural service. So I filled out the paperwork, and they had an artist come meet with us and ask us what we would like the mural to look like. And we said we wanted, something with flowers, but also we would like to try to have our grandparents' picture. And they said, we have to check on that because typically we don't put people's faces on the murals that we create for the city, but they got approval because they said, because of the history of your business, we're going to go ahead and allow their photos to be painted on the wall.
When you think about life, you get out of it what you put into it. If you don't put anything into it, don't expect nothing, because it's not going to come to you. Things just don't fall in your lap. I'm pleased as punch. I think that God has blessed us. This is our 80th year. It's heartwarming when I think about U Street and these businesses that have survived and have different generations working there in the business and thought enough of the business to put maybe another career to the side and decided to be a part of the family business. I mean, it's noteworthy, not just surviving, but thriving. And that, to me, is just a wonderful thing.